Hello everyone, this is your host Mr. Top 10, and welcome back to another episode. It's just a fact of life that, eventually, every food product the world is absolutely crazy about will be discontinued. Some fans still hold a grudge against the food manufacturer even decades later. The rest of us shake our heads and wonder what kind of insanity overtook our otherwise refined palates. We ask ourselves how we were duped into thinking these foodie fads were not only delicious, but nutritious as well. In this video, we will talk about top 10 bizarre cancelled food products. But before we move on, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Number 10. Wiener Wrap. Wiener Wrap was conceived as a way to oven bake the hot dog and bun together in one step. The can of 6 flat sheets of dough made by Pillsbury easily wrapped neatly around the individual hot dog. You place them on a cookie sheet, and 20 minutes later, out came a plump, hot, juicy hot dog in a flavorful warm bun. Wiener Wrap came in 3 flavors: plain, cheese, and onion. These were an instant favorite in kitchens all across the country because it was an item teenagers could prepare all by themselves. An entire generation of people in their 50s remember when mom and dad quit cooking for 2 years and let the kids eat Wiener Wraps every night after they joined the bowling league or went out drinking with their friends. Number 9. Olean and Lay's Wow Chip. Frito-Lay marketed and produced Wow Potato Chips and Wow Doritos from 1998 to 2002. These junk food items contained the newly developed Olestra, a fat substitute that contained no calories, thereby lowering or eliminating the fat content of a food item completely. Wow products were widely successful in the first year of production, with an initial sales haul of $400 million. However, it didn't take long for Wow consumers to be turned off by the horrendous side effects reported as abdominal cramping, diarrhea, and anal leakage. Number 8. Pizza Spins. Pizza Spins were a General Mills junk food item invented in 1968 and discontinued in 1975. Consumer surveys of the 60s showed pizza to be the #1 flavor profile all Americans craved. And so, the race was on to perfect the ultimate crunchy pizza-flavored snack food. General Mills printed this phrase on the back of each box of Pizza Spins: all the true delicious pizza flavor in a munchy, crunchy, mouth-sized snack. What they didn't include, but probably should have, was a precaution stating that Pizza Spins had all the flavor of an acid indigestion burp fueled by sawdust and your great Aunt Matilda's 7-day-old spaghetti sauce. Number 7. Freshen Up Gum. Freshen Up Gum, marketed as the gum that goes squirt, was first offered for sale to the public in 1975 and discontinued in 2019. It was available in cinnamon, spearmint, peppermint, and bubblegum flavors. The inexplicable selling point of this chewing gum product was that when you bit into the gum, it burst forth with a creamy gel that allegedly squirted your breath with refreshment. If your first experience with Freshen Up Gum was being offered a piece that had been carried around in someone's pocket or sitting on the center console of a hot car, you were treated to the most unpleasant surprise of a hot, unusually flavored semi-liquid goo exploding in your mouth. Number 6. Jell-O 123. Jell-O 123 was a dessert of convenience that touted itself as a dessert with 2 toppings. In television commercials, Jell-O 123 was portrayed as being a source of fascination to watch as it developed in the individual serving dishes it was poured into after being prepared. The fruit-flavored powder was mixed in a blender with hot water. What initially appeared as a cloudy liquid mix soon separated and settled into 3 distinct layers. The first layer was gelatinous, while the second layer was loosely similar to a creamy custard, and the third layer was somewhere between a mix of damp sponge and foam. Jell-O 123's colorful hues bore a striking resemblance to the contents of a child's stomach after a day at the fair eating too much cotton candy. Number 5. Oscar Mayer Sandwich Spread. Oscar Mayer Sandwich Spread was a product sold in a plastic tube in the hot dog section at the grocery store. It was made of chicken, pork, and beef byproducts ground up into a paste with added seasonings and pickle relish. If you weren't a fan of sliced bologna sandwiches with all the fixins, or it was just too much work to put one all together, then Oscar Mayer Sandwich Spread was a culinary dream come true. Apparently, cooking a hot dog or separating pieces of bologna was too tough a task for a lot of folks. Unfortunately for Oscar Mayer Sandwich Spread devotees, this product was discontinued a few years ago. Number 4. Easy Squirt Ketchup. Heinz's Easy Squirt Ketchup, introduced in 2000, was a line of brightly colored ketchup designed and marketed for children. The first color, Blastin' Green, rolled out as a promotional gimmick timed for the release of the movie Shrek. By the end of the slow and steady rollout of Funky Purple, Passion Pink, Awesome Orange, Stellar Blue, and Totally Teal colored ketchup, over 25 million bottles had been purchased. Easy Squirt Ketchup's fall from grace occurred when it was discovered the process by which red tomato ketchup magically turned a bright, unnatural hue. The red tomato color had to be stripped and the chemical colors introduced to the mix. This process altered the flavor, requiring the addition of other tangy ingredients. Legally, the product could no longer be called traditional tomato ketchup. Number 3. Space Food Sticks. Space food sticks were introduced to the public by Pillsbury in 1970 at the height of interest in NASA. People were fascinated by the science of astronaut survival in space, and there was no shortage of toys, clothing, books, and spaceflight marketing gimmicks patented and produced for public consumption aimed mostly at children. Space food sticks were an item everyone could get on board with, and they were marketed with the entire family in mind. Since there was nothing more concrete than mere speculation at what an astronaut's food should look, feel, and taste like, the public was perfectly positioned targets for this enterprising marketing campaign. The public was successfully convinced space food sticks were an emerging, superior way to recharge their batteries, even though they looked like something the dog left behind in the backyard. Number 2. Figurines. Figurines were a crunchy wafer-like bar, the marketing of which preyed upon women's diet insecurities. Introduced in 1974, figurines were available in a variety of flavors and were full of fat and sugar. The psychological rub was that figurines are full of added vitamins. Although not explicitly stated, these 300 calories per pouch bars were meant to be used as a meal replacement. Along with the heavy consumption of cigarettes, tabbed diet soda, and caffeine pills, a popular mix in the 1970s, teenage girls followed in their mother's shoes by starving themselves of real food while consuming products like figurines in order to achieve an impossible standard of beauty. Number 1. Sugar-free gummy bears. How can you tell the taste difference between a gummy bear and a sugar-free gummy bear? You can't, until somewhere between minutes to hours after consuming a handful or two of the Haribo sugar-free gummy bears, you are overcome by the curse of maltitol, a sugar alcohol used as a sugar substitute in many confections. Maltitol acts as a seriously powerful laxative in almost everyone who is unfortunate enough to consume it unawares. In no time at all, Haribo wisely made the decision to remove these vindictive little bears from their candy lineup. Beware, other companies have not been quick to do the same. Have you had any of the foods mentioned on this list? Let me know in the comments down below. If you want to see more top 10 videos like this one, be sure to subscribe or check out one of our videos on screen. Thanks for watching.